The last time Shells was in this person's company, he made the tragic mistake of saying he would pass. He played a game. Date, marry, or pass.
Yeah. Yeah.
He played it with our guests.
Yeah, I did, sir. Yeah.
Our guests flipped the script on him and said, all right, of the four of us, what do you say?
I didn't say that, Deborah.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. It was Deborah. Set me up.
Yeah, but on that occasion, he said to the lovely, at that time she was still vying for the title, the lovely Dr. Jordan Loren Levy. He said he would. Where is the Shells?
I can't recall at this point. You know what I mean? I can't recall. I'm sure we have footage somewhere, but I can't recall. I have to play about the footage.
Hey, listen, we have two very special guests in studio with us. Help me make them welcome, Shells, and introduce both guests for me.
No problem. Well, of course, you preempt me. We have the lovely, the talented. At the time, she was vying for the crown, but now she has the crown. Miss Universe 2023, Dr. Jordan Levy. How you doing? Welcome back.
Hello, welcome
How you doing?
back.
Oh, man. Now I'm looking and I remember in the moment now. I was like, oh, man.
Okay, so you remember what you said there.
Yeah, you know, I said I'll pass.
So you see, I come back here to take you on.
Yeah, I see it.
You know?
We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. But joining Jordan in studio as well is Mr. Mark McDermott, who is the Miss Universe Jamaica franchise holder. How are you doing, sir? Morning.
I'm fantastic. Thank you.
Just as your comfort, yeah.
And thank you for having us.
All pleasure. All right, so fantastic competition. In your eyes, Mr. McDermott, how would you say the competition went in its entirety?
That's a tricky question. I mean, it was our 10th year anniversary. It was our international Dermot Williams, and we had everything all lined out fantastically. We had our main sponsor, Hyundai. We had some other great partners, Ready Cash, Lucky Dollar, Lasco Financial, who really came on with some great things. Courts had the special. When you talk about the experience, that's what it was going to be about. Courts created an experience area. Appleton had a bar. Brunswick, Facey Commodity, had hors d'oeuvres. We had a special VIP area. And so the experience was going to be fantastic. That's what it was all about. But I think in the execution, we failed a little bit. And I just want to apologize to our partners and the public for some missed experiences, but I think all in all the intent and the structure was there for an amazing event, and so we have to go back to the drawing board a little bit to see where we're actually doing a postmortem now to see where we fell, what failed, and to really make an amazing comeback next year. Hopefully. What we found for sure, I mean, I just want to thank our partners, AC Marriott, for the amazing job they did. But we realized that we might need to build on their their ballroom because we hardly, by the time we had finished putting in a stage for 30 contestants, which is the most we've had over the years, and a car, the partner's car. When the car came in, we were in real trouble, in terms of space, we realized. And so we know that we might have to ask AC to knock that east wall out to make more space in the ballroom. But we can't thank our partners enough for really giving us great support and giving us a really good foundation to create an amazing show, but the execution fell, and so that's where we were. But overall, we have an amazing title winner, who now our focus is on getting her prepared for Miss Universe. Miss Universe is 2 months away. It's November 18, 2.5 months. November 18. She has to leave by November 3. So we have a really strict program now of interview techniques, stage presentation, the walk, the presentation on stage, the poise, the confidence, and all those things are going to be critical now going forward.
Okay.
But we're putting some fun stuff in it too, because she has a trip to New York and all. But they might seem fun, but they're training as well, and all of those things. So everything we do now is to prepare her to be that force when she gets to El Salvador on November 3rd.
Okay.
Awesome.
Nice.
Awesome. Now, listen, I have to jump in and I must address the elephant in the room. On the night, technical challenges aside, the results, the interview, and you alluded to that the preparation for the interview is a key part of it. The response from the audience suggested that she might not have been their favorite.
Okay.
And that went against the grain of the competition. How do you respond to the criticism that has been leveled?
Okay, so firstly, there's several things on that level. I think categorically what is most important is that the report I got from the judges is that going into the finals night, Dr. Levy had the best scores. She had the best overall setting in terms of, eyeing the winner, who is going in as that person that we're looking at. So any guffaws that occurred were not
detrimental.
Not detrimental is not the word. They were not sufficient enough to knock her out.
Okay.
Because she was so strong going in anyway. So that's number one, because it's not about just the night, it's leading up the prejudging, which was done the Thursday before. That's the critical part, because that's the point where the judges saw all the contestants up close, personal, face to face. They were interviewed. They were given at least 5 minutes. They presented their evening gowns. They presented their swimsuits. So the judges really saw them. In addition to that, there have been judges on the panel too who have had sessions with the contestants. So they would have been looking to see the suitability. All right. I don't want to give away anything personal, but I think they were looking at the overall picture. How does she present herself? And I'm talking all the young ladies now.
Yes.
Have they been punctual in the sessions? Have they given the idea that, okay, you are that candidate to
that
represent Jamaica?
Yes.
That you can't see that the night of. So
Understood.
the night of now is the little things, crowd participation. How do you execute on a stage and so on? But the points the night of would not be the major points that create the Miss Universe or that results in the crowning of the Miss Universe. It adds up.
Definitely.
But the main portion, the prejudging, would have gone before. So it's an accumulation of everything coming up. Now the other point I want to make is that I just want to say categorically that all right. So here we are. Lauren was on stage, and the report I got from the Master of Ceremony is that he interrupted her in completing her
response.
Yes. And so he felt that it was, in all fairness, he not only interrupted her, but the judges were also, I got a report from the judges that they were wondering, was she finished?
Right.
And so he felt that he needed to call her back, in all fairness, to complete her response. So that is what. But it's unfortunate that it unfolded as it did, because I think we're failing to see the amazing human being Dr. Levy is, and just throughout the course of the competition, what she brought in terms of the humanity, not just to the contestants themselves, to the charities that we visited, and just how I can tell you one of our contestants fell ill one day, and I had to take that contestant to the hospital. And how, well, the two doctors, because we had two doctors in the competition, Dr. Henry and Dr. Levy, how they rallied around that other contestant. Oh my goodness, it was amazing. The humanity, the caring, the empathy, and I think Jamaica is missing all of that, in all of this. So,
in defense of Jamaica, I'm sure we're not missing it, because Lauren is in fact a wonderful person. We met her. Her energy is amazing. And so we're not missing it. But just on the night, that little takeaway, we just wanted to settle that and let them have an appreciation for why it is that she was still allowed to proceed. Now,
Understood.
Lauren, we have to bring it in. We have to hear from you. How are you feeling?
I'm bringing all the positive energy in the room today, this morning. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great. I'm very happy to be here with you guys again.
Love that. Now, Mr. McDermott, you spoke about how Dr. Levy is such a powerful woman. But I feel, Jordan, that your strength was shown in that moment when you're on stage. Because when I was watching that moment with how the crowd was going at you, I was just like, yo, how is she maintaining that? You understand me? What was going through your mind in that moment?
Well, absolutely. I first want to say that it's okay to admit that we are human beings. We're not perfect. And so I admit in that moment I was not perfect, and I did get the reaction of the crowd, and that definitely startled me a bit. And so I wasn't able to complete, but I think with everything I would love to just advocate for the fact that we're human, but once you persevere and just push on with truth and honesty, and that's what I did. In that moment I just spoke from my heart and was able to have that opportunity to, answer the question, what makes you beautifully confident? That's a question I'll always remember, because in that moment I think that's what I displayed. Just being confident in who I was and displaying, okay, this I just have to go with it and do it.
Yeah. Now, part of your campaign speaks to cyberbullying. Maybe this presents an opportunity for you to speak to that in a very meaningful way. What do you think?
Absolutely. I'm an advocate for young women and female empowerment, and the moment on that night created that type of opportunity for persons to probably cyberbully me and be critical of things that I don't think are important. I don't think it's important for us to focus on a woman's appearance, for example, or other things that just I don't think are necessary online, because once that person is reading it, they're able to, internalize a lot of things. And I think it's important to speak on cyberbullying and the effect it may have on young women. I think it's important that we focus on being positive online, because there are words, yes, but they do hurt.
Yes.
They do hurt. And I think the same people that focus on speaking on mental health should practice what they preach. And just do unto others as you would have someone do unto you, for sure. And that's something I'll take away with me and be an advocate for, absolutely.
Wonderful.
I love that. Now, Doc, Mr. McDermott mentioned that you have, I don't want to say intense, sir, but you got some training coming ahead.
Listen, we're training like we're going to the Olympics.
Yeah, is that serious?
Olympics.
Yes, that's actually really a very fair analogy. But have you had any time to actually celebrate the moment with family and friends? What has it been like?
You know what celebrating is? My mom giving me a nice foot rub, being able to be with my sister and watch a little Netflix, and that's what celebrating is for me. Just being able to kind of get a little downtime now, but it's prepping me. You can't burn out, so it's prepping me to just go full force once we're ready and just take it on like the Olympics, train like Usain Bolt.
Respect.
You mentioned, Mr. McDermott, some key areas that they were looking at, punctuality and so forth. What are some of the things that, and you mentioned some playtime as well, but what are some of the activities that you'll probably be engaging with Miss
with Dr.
Yes,
Levy.
Dr. Levy.
In terms of training, she is appearing now. That's training because then how she handles media while she's at Miss Universe and even leading up is very important. You know, how she gets her advocacy out, how she gets her points out, and so on. Very importantly, speech and diction and voice is going to be also very important. And we have Adrian, the same host, is waiting in the wings to, you know, ensure that she is a master speaker, master orator while she gets there. There is you know, it's interesting because there are three areas that Miss Universe scores. They score you on the interview, the personality interview, critical, very, very critical. So how your personality comes out and how you express yourself is very important. So that training is going to be key for us. They also train on the swimsuit competition. No problem there. I think Jordan has that one down pat, you know. But I think what while she has the structure down pat, how she executes the confidence and the you know the vibe and because swimsuit is this vivacious attitude while you come out on stage and you sashay and you know.
So all the non-verbals.
Yes, is very, very important. And then they talk about the evening gown, where the evening gown, it's not the evening gown itself, but it's how she carries herself in the evening gown. So the sophistication again, you know, the Universe has a range of the preliminaries, you focus on judges who are physical, while the finals, you focus on cameras. So we will need to train how to execute between the two, the difference between the two, and just how to be beautifully confident right across the board. So those are the things. And then we're throwing in some drama training and, you know, some dance and movement, which she did ballet when she was a child, so she has that base. And we throw in some other things where interfacing her with some iconic Jamaican women to kind of give their advice, some past winners, of course, and to kind of state what their journey was like and what to expect and so on. So in a nutshell, that's what we're looking at.
So, Mr. McDermott, safe to say then, let's say training goes well, everything is fine. Can we say that Dr. Levy will be a force to be reckoned with?
That's the idea.
At Miss Universe.
That's the idea.
And Jordan, do you feel that way?
I absolutely feel that way. I absolutely feel like this year is the year we're going to take home the crown.
Love that.
Yeah,
Love
this
that.
is the year I think we deserve to get a Miss
Yeah,
Universe title. We've been working hard, and I think it's important to show on an international stage that Jamaica has quality.
True.
We have real quality workers and just young women that we can show as an example, and I'm ready to be that ambassador for Jamaica.
Respect.
Awesome.
That is it.
All right, we're a little over the time, but we want to say thank you so much
Say what?
for taking us.
We're just getting started.
I hope we were tough enough to prepare you for the international press, but still supportive enough to tell you congratulations.
Yeah, man.
Thank you
and we
so
truly
much.
appreciate you.
Yeah.
And we're
Thank you.
wishing you all the best, all the success.
Thank you so much.
Burger
Really
King's on me,
appreciate
okay?
it. Yeah.
Burger King's on me. Yeah.
There we
Not
go.
No burgers.
Oh, jeez. Okay, John.
Oh, I didn't even mention diet.
Diet.
That,
is
that is important to diet and
Okay,
nutrition.
Rain check on the.
bye.
All right, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank
Until
you
next
so
time.
much.
Thank you for having
All
me.
right,
All
no
the best.
problem.